Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel at Teacher Andrew Geography. Here guys, like, share, comment, subscribe as we make more tutorials. So guys, today we are going to talk about the air turbulences. Yeah, it will be our question as you're seeing on screen. So guys, about air turbulences, most of us or most of you they have experienced this, especially people who use aeroplanes to travel around the world, or people who have business trips or any other. So many of us or many of you have faced these challenges, and personally on my first trip I remember we had covered about 3 hours from our departure as we are heading to our destination. We happened to experience the turbulences also on our journey. Yeah, so guys, everyone was excited, especially whoever was on the plane. Some got scared, and guys, this it can make you actually this moment it can make you feel like the scariest part of flying to people who have aerophobia, like they don't like this moment at all. So guys, what is a turbulence? A turbulence, guys, is a sudden change of airflow, maybe on a trip, and then there is a conversion in the air direction or the air speed. So guys, it can be caused by very many factors, okay, that can make turbulences as you're on your trip. And the most common cause of this, we have turbulent air. So guys, we have turbulent air in the atmosphere as you're seeing in the video. So this is the moving air in the atmosphere. So the jet streams, these ones are always found on the aeroplane. When they trigger, okay, when they trigger or they increase in their speed, you might find they can cause sudden changes in the wind speed as well. Okay, they can cause sudden changes in the wind speed as well, and that can rock and jolt a plane. This can rock and jolt a plane. Jolting, it's like a bumpy ride for people who have ever used maybe road transport. As you're using road transport and you find many humps, about 4 of them close to each other, that experience you experience as you're in the car, it is called a bumpy ride. So here in the plane we call it a jolt. So a plane is likely to get a jolt when it is pulled upwards and downwards. So guys, you just need to fasten your seat when your seat, and you buckle up when you're on the plane body. So guys, another type of turbulence that we have a thermal turbulence. Yeah, thermal turbulence. Okay guys, it is created by hot rising air, and this is usually from the cumulus clouds and thunderstorms. So guys, when the atmosphere has a lot of cumulus clouds and thunderstorm, you expect this to happen. The type of turbulence may be thermal turbulence that may hit the plane and gets a jolt. So guys, we also have many others. For example, we also have mechanical turbulence as you're watching on the video, and this is the type of turbulence caused by the landscape. So the landscape also plays a factor, guys, in the turbulences as you're watching the video, when people are getting these turbulences stuck in the plane. So guys, it can cause a lot of harm, especially when you don't fasten your belt. You can get injuries. When you have luggage nearby, they can hit you, so you just need to be tight. So guys, about the mechanical turbulence, it is caused by landscape mainly, guys. For example, mountains or tall buildings as you're watching the video. This can also distort the wind flow in the sky above them. Okay, they can also influence the wind flow above them, especially in places with higher altitude. When you get to places with high mountains, okay, so you expect to also get this form of turbulence, the mechanical turbulence. Okay guys, also airplanes themselves can also cause the turbulences. Okay, airplanes themselves can also create turbulences, especially when there is one coming after one. So if there is one plane flying at the back or behind, it can easily create a turbulence, especially the one which is at the front can create a turbulence, and it affects the one which is at the back. So this type of turbulence, I'm talking about the airplane turbulence, okay, as the wings cause wake turbulence. Okay, it is called wake turbulence as it is caused by the wings of the plane. it passes through the air. It passes through the air, guys, as you're watching the video, and this can also affect the plane that is flying at its behind. If there is one plane flying at the behind of another plane, it is likely to get a wake turbulence. So it's why planes avoid taking the same flight path on takeoff and landing. So that's the reason they are trying to avoid that turbulence, the wake turbulence. It is one reason why flights they avoid taking the flight path, as they avoid taking same flight path, guys, on taking off and landing. So they have to be different path taken by these planes. So also there is a role that is played by pilots and the air traffic control team on the watchtower, that they do a lot to avoid the turbulence, as they stay in touch with pilots and they guide them about the wind movement and the wind speed, whereas the direction. So guys, as a result of turbulences, for now, there hasn't been any cause. Okay, there hasn't been any cause of a plane crash over 40 years for now, guys. It's on a record, but unfortunately it has been on the rise worldwide. So guys, since 1958, that's when we last had an active turbulence that has been actually that rose from 40 to 90% over Europe and North Africa. So it affected that region, that turbulence. I'm talking about these winds. They affected these two continents of Europe and North America, especially people who are using flights to cross over in these regions. So it was about 40 to 90%. So guys, also studies have suggested, or they have researched and confirmed, that global warming, the rising global warming, we shall talk about global warming, guys, one day as watching the video. The rising global warming could also cause it to be worse by 2050. So guys, the increasing global warming can also increase the turbulences in the airflow, in the atmosphere. So guys, we should also pray as well. Okay, so guys, it is advisable, or it is for a wise, when you're booking a plane, it's better to book seats, or you consider seats, by aiming to those ones that are closest to the wings, to the plane wings, guys. It's better, you become safe, and it is the smoothest, especially during the time of turbulence. When you're sitting in that place, at least it's more comfortable and smooth when you're sitting close to the wings, or when you're sitting in the center of the plane. You don't get this effect as hard as others may face it. So guys, so for now, trust your pilot, be smart. Okay, try to buckle up during your trips. When you sit, try to use that belt. Yeah, the car's a seat belt. You try to use the seat belt and buckle it up, like you make it tight, okay, and you stay firm, because these turbulences are very common in the atmosphere, and actually they are due to rise of strong winds that are moving on in the atmosphere. There are currents, okay, that can push or pull the plane as you're watching in the video. However, many of the qualified or the advanced pilots try so much hard to avoid the wind patterns, and they can actually, and these turbulences can always happen at any altitude, at any height you may be, or landing, or when you're high, or when you're over the clouds. It can happen at any time. So guys, it's better you be safe. As you're seeing in the video, many people have been a victim to these turbulences as they are on their trips. So as I told you guys earlier, these turbulences cause or create bumpy ride. Like people who have ever used cars and you've been on a road with many humps that are close to each other, that feeling you get, or that moment you experience, is what we are talking about. So that moment can also happen on a plane, and it can also happen even on a ferry or a ship, because also we have turbulences taking over in under the water. So guys, These bumpy rides, jolts, shakes, okay, they can make passengers feel uncomfortable when they are boarding the plane. So guys, the movement is mostly common. Actually, it's mostly caused by the atmospheric pressure in that region where the plane is passing. We also have the jet streams of that same aeroplane can cause turbulences in the air. Guys, we also have the landscape, for example, the mountains, buildings around that place where the plane is flying over. So we also have the cold or warm weather fronts and thunderstorms, okay, and many other factors that cause turbulences as we've discussed. Guys, like, share, subscribe, and enjoy more of our YouTube tutorials that explain to you everything geographically and you understand well. So our channel will also train you about what you already know, but we shall just enlighten, okay? We shall also give you more of the recent updates geographically around the world and many updates, even top 10s. We shall be having tutorials showing top 10s in terms of geographical. So guys, as we continue about our topic of turbulences, guys, in lower altitudes, I'm talking about the places with a low altitude that are not high, not on a high height, okay? So the wind flow is affected by the Earth's surface in such places, these places of the lower altitude. The wind flow is affected, okay, by the Earth's surface by making it not straight and not steady on the ground. And also it creates variations in the direct and the speed, okay, which can cause the turbulence to lower its levels, okay, a bit. So guys, people who are traveling or passing over low altitude, maybe when the plane is flying in a low altitude, so the Earth's surface plays a role, guys, okay, in diverting the wind, especially creating variations in its direct speed, okay, that can help the levels of turbulence happening to become low and may not create much effect to people. So guys, unfortunate turbulences are responsible for almost a third of weather-related aircraft accidents that have taken place worldwide. For example, the severe turbulences can be difficult to manage by the pilots. So guys, when you're boarding, you should also pray as well, because they can happen to create accident at any time. And then when the flight or the plane is under a certified or qualified pilot, it is always safe. You just need to fasten your belt or you buckle up and you sit as you pray. So guys, the other question, since this is all happening to the plane, this won't stop us from using planes, from one place to another, because it's one of the easiest and the fastest means of transport, actually, and the most comfortable and convenient. So all this to happen, it may not stop people from using, because many of the efforts have been established. There are many teams watching the weather patterns, talking about the wind patterns, and there are many teams working as air traffic controllers, controlling this plane movement. So guys, it is safe, and many pilots have been trained on how to manage such situation. That's why over 40 years we have not been having any incident. So guys, you must also play your role when you are a passenger on boarding. There are some roles you must play in case of this happening when you're boarding. So guys, this brings to us a question: how do we handle turbulences while we're on plane? So guys, how do we handle these turbulences when you and me are sitting on the plane? So guys, the very first one, reserve a seat near the wings or center of the plane. When you reserve a seat near the wing or the center of the plane, you're safe. You'll get these turbulences smoothest than people who are sitting at the back or at the front of the plane. So this is a wise trick to people who are aerophobia. Always try to sit next to the wings or in the center. So our second safety measure, guys, also safely store away your luggage from yourself. So if you're carrying any luggage, guys, safely keep it away from you. So there are always aero cabins on the top of your seat. Like, you try to keep your bag, your valuable item away from you, any luggage, and you keep it away and you stay safe, okay, because this luggage can happen to hit you or your neighbor as you're boarding the plane. So guys, our third measure, like, use restroom before the plane taking off. Yeah, it is not recommendable to make movement when we get in such a moment of turbulences, so you should always prepare yourself and use the washroom before the plane takes off. The other one, guys, make sure your seat belt is fastened and fits you comfortably. Okay, make sure it is fastened and fits you comfortably. So guys, always back it up for your safety, because sometimes these turbulences are heavy that can even pull you from one seat to the other end, and you may get injuries, okay, or you may injure your neighbors, or you may get any severe injuries. And this happens to the cabin crew and then passengers as well. So you have to fasten and you make sure you're comfortable. So guys, finally, you have to keep calm during the episodes of airplane turbulence. Yeah, you have to just keep calm as you're watching the video. People try to keep calm, and also pray to yourself. So guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. For any question, hit my DM at brandyandy52@gmail.com. Thank you so much guys for watching. Enjoy, have a blessed day. See you again in my next tutorial.